My name is Evan Sekerak, Cardinal Stritch Catholic High School, class of 2018. So while I was at Cardinal Stritch, I started off in Quiz Bowl and then in robotics as well in my later years. And then in the spring, I was always involved with the musical, and then eventually Cardinal Corps and a Kairos leader in my senior year. So my initial interest in Cardinal Stritch came from the fact that it was a small Catholic school. When I was quite young, probably about kindergarten, I prophesied that I would attend Catholic schools for my entire educational career. And so Cardinal Stritch, without even really remembering that, was a continuation of that dream. Eventually, I also realized that unlike many of the other schools I had the choice to attend, the small family environment also was really conducive to my growth and breadth of knowledge in the faith, and a community to practice it in. And so that's why I chose Cardinal Stritch. So one of my biggest service commitments that I've made throughout my life, and continuing of course at Stritch, has been altar serving, and through Cardinal Corps eventually being able to coordinate and set up for all the liturgies, adoration, mass on campus. I've also was participating a lot in setup and cleanup of activities, both here and at my parish. Knights of Columbus fish fries were always a big deal during Lent, and so I was always helping with those out at my parish. Eventually, after I've graduated, I've taken on particularly this past summer, role as a missionary at Catholic Youth Summer Camp. And so I was a counselor guiding about 47 young boys among 2,500 that we served this summer to encounter Jesus Christ in a new and radical way, and to let the Holy Spirit guide them in following up and continuing their life in that. And he fed me through that as well, and as he has with all my service, starting from my mom having us stay at events longer to clean up, and now to choosing my own things to do as I go forward with life. After I graduated Cardinal Stritch, I hauled out to the University of Mary in Bismarck, North Dakota, originally to study mechanical engineering. But after a summer internship, I decided and realized that engineering just was amazing, but wasn't where the Lord was calling me to be. And so I actually changed my major to philosophy, class that I'd taken my freshman year and really loved. And it has just brought me so much joy and encounter with the Lord, seeing Him in all things, whether it's physically or metaphysically, beyond this world, supernaturally. And then expanding into theology as well. Just rooting that encounter that I've had with Him in the practices, especially the sacraments, and the Blessed Virgin Mary, that I've been able to take from this original environment of Cardinal Stritch of encounter to formal academics, but then also back into my personal spiritual life, and then again back out. It's just this in and out, this back and forth between myself, the Lord, the community, that I believe is exactly what the Christian life is supposed to be. Not perfect by any means, and that's what I'm still going to school and learning through experience and academics, how to become better conformed to Christ. I think something I would advise the current students of Cardinal Stritch and any going forward, and really anybody, would be to listen to your mentors. I knew while I was in my internship last summer that while I loved what I was doing, that it wasn't what I was really supposed to be doing. I was spending a lot of my time really reading or in prayer or going to mass and things that were not detrimental, but just they're not the same thing as engineering or doing the work that needed to be done for that. And eventually my boss pulled me aside and he was like, "Hey, are you really focused on this, or are you on something else?" And not in a bad way, but it was this combination of what I was doing already, what the Lord was working through me, and then finally being spoken through my boss, my mentor. And it was a confirmation for me that I should change something. And so I did, but had I just blown him off and continued on my own way, I mean, who knows where I'd be? Hopefully somewhere good, because God is always good in everything. But it just wouldn't be the same. I probably wouldn't be as happy. So yeah, listening to your mentors, listening to the Lord through them, because His voice is the only one that matters, and it can come from anywhere.